I'm going to be getting married to a really well-off man, Grant. We're planning to have an absolutely gorgeous wedding because of him, and I plan to invite all my old classmates. However, the only person that's not going to be invited is you.
Huh?
So I wonder if you even understand what I'm saying. Hello? Did you hear me, Grant? Do you understand? Maybe I made the mistake of thinking you could read as well.
No, I can read everything you're saying, but what do you mean?
I'm saying that you're not invited to my wedding. Can you figure out the reason why that is? That's because you're missing one of your legs. And I have no plans on having a man missing a leg at my wedding. The whole occasion would become all depressing because of you.
I'm sorry for missing a leg, but that's not going to be a problem for me. Because to be honest, I don't even want to come to your wedding. So why did you decide to go out of your way today to send me all of this hateful stuff? Did I ever say that I wanted to come? Ever?
I'm sure you wanted to come, but are just trying to act strong now because of me denying you. My wedding is the type of thing everyone around is talking about right now, and there's not one person that said they didn't want to come.
I'm very jealous of your ability to think that everyone cares about your insignificant wedding, but I really do not care about your wedding. Really, I'd have liked it if you just kept all of this to yourself and never texted me in the first place. But I understand what you want, so congrats on that wedding.
Oh, it must be so painful to know that all your other classmates are getting invited to this wedding, and yet you're not allowed to come.
You shouldn't be saying that when it's you that doesn't want me there.
Oh? So you do want to come after all. It's best if you tell me your true feelings. If you really want to keep thinking about why you're not invited, I'll give you some more time to think about it.
I already get what you mean, Camilla. Really, shouldn't you be thinking about why you seem to still want me to come?
I don't want you to come, no. There's a limit to being confused by all of this. Well, if for whatever reason you still do want to come, I guess I could let you. But there will be some conditions.
No, I told you already that I don't want to come.
If you can walk here, then I'm fine with you coming. Are you still in that wheelchair?
I don't need that chair anymore, because I have an artificial leg now.
What? Oh, it's crazy having a peg leg. Ooh. Then you still can't walk, right?
What reason do you think I got this prosthetic? I was able to get myself one and a few months of training so that I'm able to walk like I do now.
Well, that's too bad. That means you can come to my wedding now.
Camilla, I really have no clue what you want to say to me, but I really do not plan to come to your wedding. Even if you did send me a formal invitation, I still probably wouldn't have decided to go. I've gone and washed all the past away now, so I have no intention of meeting you again. At this point, the two of us have become adults, and there's no reason for you to continue making fun of me now, right?
It's funny that a man without a leg is still trying to talk back to me. I wanted you to just listen to what I had to say, and that's all. But I guess this has all just been a big waste of time. Well, it's whatever. I'm gonna take back what I said, and now you are for sure not allowed into your old girlfriend's wedding.
And I never wanted to be there in the first place, so you can rest easy now. Now stop contacting me, okay? That's all I have to ask from you.
You idiot! It's your fault for coming to my wedding uninvited even after we had all talked. What reason made a peg-legged man like you come here today?
You're the worst, Camilla. I'd always been thinking that there was something wrong with you. But looking down on me because of my prosthetic, and then pushing me into the fountain in the front lobby of the wedding hall? I don't think anyone sane could ever do that to someone else, unprovoked.
And I'm thinking you're insane for ever coming here. I told you over and over again that I didn't want you here, and yet you still came? This isn't even okay for a former classmate to do to me. So, for what reason did you decide to come here and ruin my wedding?
Do you really think I came all the way to your wedding to ruin it out of spite or something?
Well, what other reason could you have? Maybe you came here to make me look like an idiot with the intention of trying to get back together? Well, that won't happen because you can't even catch me when you only have one leg. I'm so happy I had people next to me today to help me in dealing with you.
So, you think I came here with only myself in mind, then? Well, even if that were the case, pushing me into that pool of water was not necessary. I can't even say that in all my time on this earth, I've ever met someone worse than you, Camilla.
Oh, shut up, Grant. What makes you think you can say that to me after coming here to ruin my wedding? I never wanted a legless man at my wedding in the first place.
You really have a problem with discriminating against me. But now that you did all of that and threw me out of there, you're going to have far bigger problems on your hands. Are you really okay with that?
What kind of problems? Having you here is the only problem. A low-class man missing a leg and having to hobble around is telling me that I have problems? Me? The one that's part of the elite now? I was hoping that pushing you into that water would make you realize that you're not even close to the same class as the rest of us. So now get lost.
I'm going now.
I want an ugly and drenched loser to be gone.
If you knew the real reason I came to your wedding today, you'd regret everything that you've done to me. But now, I really can't stand the look of your face anymore. And so, I'll do as you wish and get lost. However, I'm really looking forward to hearing about how far you fall after learning the truth.
I don't care. Just get the hell out of here. I don't want my excellent wedding getting any more tainted by you than it already has been.
I'm leaving. Enjoy your wedding. Take good care of my brother as well.
Huh?
Goodbye now.
Who are you talking about? Brother? I don't get it.
The groom today is my older brother.
Huh? Drew is?
I think when Drew finds out about all of this, he's going to have to cancel this whole wedding.
Wait, what kind of poor joke is that? Are you really that lost after what happened today? I think you need to get lost before you start to lose any more of your sanity from getting pushed into that fountain. There's just no way Drew could be your older brother.
Why can't he be?
Huh? Why can't he be?
We both have the same last name, and we have a pretty rare last name at that. So why do you think that he couldn't be my brother and be dead set on the idea of just cutting ties with me?
Wait, you're serious?
Well, whatever now. I'm going to leave now, and I don't have the patience to talk with anyone anymore. Go ahead and find out about this on your own now. But if you're starting to panic now, I think you're a bit too late.
Grant, come back here right now. Where did you run off to? Please answer me.
No, thank you. Why do you think I have the desire to listen to your actual voice now? I never want to hear that annoying voice of yours again.
Drew said that he's going to be canceling the wedding. He's wondering who it was that pushed his little brother into that pool of water. Please don't tell him it was me.
I don't think I'll ever have to tell him for him to find out that it was you.
Oh, crap, he found out.
That went by pretty fast. But I guess there weren't many people there that are crazy enough to do something like you did to me.
This is all going to crap. I've never once seen Drew this upset before. He just told me that he never ever wants to see my face again after this. There has to be something he's confused about right now, right?
Well, if you're the one that's getting this worked up over something like this, then it's probably you that's the one that caused all of this. Don't you think?
Seems like the people around me that saw what I did even went to my parents about it. They're both pissed as well now. They're saying I'm the worst human they've ever seen and don't want anything to do with me from now on.
Well, what your parents are thinking is probably the right choice.
Well, what does that mean? Do you not get that this is all your fault? I want you to get back here right now and help me.
What?
It's your fault that my wedding is going to be canceled. I never once thought that for whatever reason you'd turn out to be Drew's little brother. I'm sure that if I'd known you were his brother, then I never would have gone that far with you. So, that being said, this isn't my fault, right?
Camilla, are you trying to screw around right now?
Huh? Why? I'm just asking for you to come and help me out of this.
Even if you think that I'll come to help you, what makes you think I have any reason to help you? No matter how hard you try from now on to make this all my fault, you were the one that chose to discriminate against me. I say this is what you deserve. It's because of the way you thought of me that your wedding turned out this way.
There's no reason for you to be saying such rude things to me now. You're my old classmate, so you should want to help me. Knowing that you should be able to help me now, right?
And what could possibly make me want to help you just because you're my old classmate?
Come on, we're friends, right?
Excuse me? Friends?
That's why I was thinking of all this as two friends messing around with each other. I really want to marry your brother now, so please? I was finally able to find a man that thinks in the same way I do. I'll be able to become a housewife after marrying a well-off man like him. I'm literally at the part of my life where all of my dreams are supposed to come true. I can't just let myself be thrown away by him last minute.
Camilla, I think it's really time you stop screwing around about all of this.
Huh? Grant?
I can barely walk on my own, yet you pushed me into the fountain. Having a prosthetic leg like this one is pretty heavy. Do you understand that? If there weren't people there to help me out of the water, I would have been in serious trouble. I could have died!
Now, you don't have to blow it all that much out of proportion. You can calm down a bit more, right? All I wanted to do was play around with you a little bit, like a prank. I never once thought people would take all of this so seriously. Do you think we can all just calm down a little before making any huge and negative choices?
Even if you do think of it as just some prank, you still almost got me killed. And now you think that because Drew's my brother, I'll be able to help you out of the situation you put yourself into? Do you have something wrong with your head? I have no need to help you out after all of this. If you really do still want to get married to him, why don't you go and try to talk to him about this, instead of me? I have nothing else to say to you now. Now it's your turn to confront the people that you pissed off about all of this.
You're kidding! I have to go and talk to them now?
Well, I already told them everything about how you've treated me.
What? Why would you do something as needless as that? I can't believe all of this right now. There was really no reason for you letting them know anything about this. Now I really can blame you for all of this. You're the one that's ruined any chance I had of making my dream come true.
Go ahead and say whatever you'd like, you dog. I know that my brother has no use for a disgrace like you, and I really hope he's lost any piece of you that he held in his heart. I had to tell them because you couldn't help yourself.
But I told you that this all isn't that big of a deal. Was everything that I did really that bad?
You still don't get it, do you? Of course it all was.
But I apologized to you for it. So you should be forgiving me now, right?
Since when did you apologize to me? And even if you did, this isn't something that a simple apology will fix. I'm going to have to take you to court over this.
Huh? To court? What the hell does that mean?
Well, I was telling my brother about this. I also asked to make sure he was okay with it. And then I called the police. I believe that they'll be arriving there pretty soon.
The police? Oh, come on now, Grant. You're just bullcrapping me now, right?
I had no intention of getting the law involved in any of this. And I didn't want to ruin my brother's wedding. But when I realized he'd be marrying a criminal, I had no choice but to take action against you. But before I even could, Drew was already on top of it. He called the police even before finding out it was you, because he wanted to make sure they got there before the criminal could get away.
Hold on. Criminal? Who here is a criminal? I'm a bit scared now.
Come on! I said it was you!
Huh?
I think that with the help of the police, you'll be able to understand all you've done wrong a whole lot better. It's one thing to make fun of me for missing a leg and all that, but pushing me into a deep pool of water is really messed up. So messed up, actually, that it can be seen as assault. Do you understand what'll happen to you if the police see it that way? You laughed at me as I struggled to get out of that water!
But I never meant for you to get hurt by any of that. Actually, I think I might have been a little bit tipsy at the time. It's my wedding, after all, so I had a little bit to drink. I might not have noticed what I was doing at the time. I might have thought at the time that it'd be funny to push you in, but now I can see it wasn't that good of an idea, huh? I'm sorry. See? Now I'm apologizing, so you can forgive me, right?
You're asking way too much now. I plan to have you burn in hell for this. I could tell that you had every intent of pushing me into that water, and then laughing about it. However, it seems that in the end, you're the one that pushed yourself into the deep hole you dug.
You can't be serious, right? That's all just you talking, right? Grant, I'm really sorry for all of this. Can you please forgive me?
My condolences. I was really looking forward to my brother's wedding today. It looked like it was going to be so much fun. But I told you, didn't I? I said that you were going to regret what you'd done. The police that Drew called for had arrived at the wedding hall. Not only did the wedding have to be cancelled, but there were police now asking everyone that saw the incident about the details. At this point, Camilla was in a huge panic. And as she started to freak out, she tried to run away while still in her wedding dress, causing her to trip on it and land in the very fountain she pushed me into. However, after seeing what she'd done to me previously, no one came to save her from the deep pool. Well, however you decide to look at this whole story, we can all agree that this is exactly what she deserved. And that's probably why nobody cared that she sat there almost drowning while crawling out. Not even the parents came to come help her, nor the police, who were too busy getting ready to take her in. Actually, most of the people there began to record videos of her screaming and crying in that pool of water, before finally, an officer came over and helped her out. After that, she was taken away by the officers, and nobody really knows about what happened to her since. I bet she once thought everyone around her felt jealous about the life she had, but really, everyone must have felt sorry for how terrible of a person she was.
Hey Alice, just thought I should let you know that my sister is staying with us starting next week. So prepare something good for us to eat, okay?
Wait, what? What do you mean she's staying with us? Did I miss something? For how long is she going to be here with us?
She's going to be staying with us permanently, of course. Starting next week, she's going to be a member of this household.
She's going to live here permanently? You're kidding, right? What about her kids?
They're going to be staying with us as well, of course. Where else will they go?
You do remember that she has 5 kids, right? There's no way we could handle this increase in members.
That's all up to how much work and effort you're willing to put into this situation. You can finally raise children like you always wanted to. Aren't you happy? Don't you like kids?
I do like children. But to suddenly push 5 kids onto me without any preparation is impossible to do. I can't handle a sudden change like this.
Jeez, all you do is say that everything is impossible. Can't you try to do something for once in your life? You said that there's no way you're getting pregnant, and now you say you can't raise kids? So then what can you do, huh? Instead of complaining all the time, maybe you should do something useful.
That's easier said than done. What does your sister say about all this?
Of course she agreed to it. If anything, Alyssa said that if you're struggling with infertility, then she is more than happy to give you the experience of raising children.
What about Tate? Is he okay with all of this?
Yeah, he's okay with it too. Don't go calling or texting him about this though, got it? He and Alyssa are going through some things right now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Going through some things? Did something happen between them? Are the kids okay?
This issue is between Alyssa and her husband. This means that you have no need to know anything about this. But out.
You say that, yet I'm going to have 5 of their children to take care of in our house starting next week.
My sister, out of the kindness of her heart, is allowing you to raise her kids when you can't, and yet you're being ungrateful and complaining.
This doesn't feel like a heartfelt gesture, but rather an action of pity from someone who thinks they're better than me. Either way, this isn't something I can handle. I'm sure the kids are also going to be stressed from the sudden change of environment.
I've had enough of this. I will not tolerate any more complaints coming from you. I can leave you anytime I want. You aren't a necessary person in my life.
How could you say something like that to me? Do you understand the words you just said to me? Who says that to a person, let alone their wife?
Well, you're jobless and your family isn't that well off either, right? You would be in trouble if I were to leave you, right? I have the divorce papers signed and ready to submit at any given moment. If you don't want that to happen, then you can shut up and listen to what I tell you.
What's gotten into you? Don't you think you're being a little too harsh right now?
Harsh or not, it's true that in order to survive, you need me. You need to wake up and look at the position you're in. If you understand what I'm saying, then hurry up and start getting the house clean for our new members. I only want the best for my sister's arrival. Oh, and also make sure you learn how to raise kids properly.
This is completely messed up! How do you expect me to do this?
That's not my issue. I'm starting a new side job with my sister. We'll make a huge profit with it, so you can look forward to that.
I was hoping you could pick some things up from the store for me.
What? Oh, sorry. I'm too busy with work right now. Could you just go do it?
I'm sorry, but I have my hands full right now. I don't mind if it's just from the gas station around the corner, so could you please go?
The gas station? No way. Those places are really expensive. We have 5 children that we need to raise, so you at least have to think about budgets and all that.
I get that, but still...
If you understand, then you can go to the grocery store no matter how busy you are. I don't mind if dinner is a bit late, although I can't say the same about my brother. Either way, do your best, okay?
I would like to go too, but I have some cleaning and laundry left to do. Or if you could just hang the laundry out to dry after I finish, that would...
Sorry, I don't think you get what I'm saying here. Let me explain to you so that you understand what's going on here. I'm not relaxing here. I'm working in my room. The house chores are your job, right? You should be doing your job on your own.
If that's the case, then could you at least look after your kids? Could I ask you to pick up your kids from school?
Sorry, but I haven't done my makeup or finished my work. So could you pick them up on your way from getting groceries as well?
Their preschool is on the opposite side of the grocery store. There is one near the preschool, but...
Oh, no, don't go there. That place is expensive. Make sure you go to the cheaper place that we always shop at.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, so if you could just...
As a housewife, you should be able to properly manage time and money. That is part of your job as a caretaker. Well, good luck. If you need any help, just let me know. But don't waste my time with things you could easily take care of.
Right, okay. Thanks.
Could you knock it off with the complaints? You finally get to raise kids. This is what you've always wanted to do. Your life goal is being fulfilled. You could at least be grateful for this opportunity.
It's great to look after kids. But you or Alyssa haven't helped out at all. You guys pushed all the house chores and childcare onto me. I can't bear all the responsibilities. Recently, your sister has been ignoring anything I say.
So, she and I are doing important work. How else do you think we're able to have meals on our table? Do you think that just magically happens?
Well, I'm aware of how we have our meals, considering I'm the one who takes the time out of my busy day to make our meals.
Stop with your excuses! We're busy! It doesn't matter if it's a weekday or weekend. We're always working. You're just a wife. All you need to do is shut up and do as you're told.
How dare you have such an old-fashioned mindset in this day and age without any shame?
Either way, all you need to do is shut up and take care of the house and kids. We're living with my sister and her 5 kids. Your task is to take care of all of us. A childless woman like you has nothing better to do, right? If you have any complaints, then we could easily get a divorce.
But we're already divorced? That's why I'm complaining, duh!
Huh? What are you talking about?
I submitted the divorce papers a while ago! So you and I are no longer a thing.
Wait, what? Are you serious right now? Hang on. You're serious. The papers are gone!
Everything going on was way too much to handle. I couldn't stay there any longer.
You may have gotten one over me with this divorce thing, but you're still going to be the one to suffer since you're no longer my wife. You're a jobless housewife with barely any experience of the working world. You can't even afford to pay rent. How are you going to survive? Did you even think that through?
No worries, I can take care of myself. Besides, anything is better than dealing with all of that.
Is that so? Then what are you going to do about the kids? Are you going to leave these kids behind and leave on your own? That's so selfish of you to do that. They like you, and yet you abandoned them.
It's all fine. Tate is going to look after them. So there's no need to try and guilt me into regretting my actions.
What? Did you contact him after I told you not to do that? Why would you do that?
Of course I did! I have to double check with your sister's husband. After all, he is their father. However, from what I learned, your sister stole money from him and is on the run. She took their kids and ran so that she could use them to her advantage to prevent him from calling the police.
That idiot went too far.
You guys really are the worst. Using innocent children as hostages and using our house to protect her. I can't believe that you had me involved with that as well.
Don't believe anything Tate is saying. He's a lunatic who's framing my sister as a criminal.
He didn't seem all that insane when I was talking to him. If anything, your sister seems like the crazy one here. As well as you, Trent, you're just as insane as her.
Causing us unnecessary trouble. I need to tell my sister what's going on immediately.
What are you trying to pull here? Why'd you contact Tate? We told you not to talk to him, didn't we?
Well, I was in a troublesome situation, so I had no other choice. Plus, the kids all seemed terrified of their mother and kept saying how they wanted to see their father for the past 2 weeks.
This is such a pain. How could you be so useless?
You're on the run after stealing money from Tate, right? I won't say anything negative about you, but I do recommend that you hurry up and turn yourself in.
Turn me in? That's pretty dramatic. Besides, what's wrong with a wife spending her husband's money?
I see that you're trying to turn this on me. Anyways, he's apparently aware of your infidelity as well. You can run and hide all you want, but eventually he will pay for someone to tail you.
Shut up. Who do you think you are? You brainless good-for-nothing. Whatever. You can go tell Tate that this happened because he's extremely weak-willed.
Oh, you should tell him yourself. He's currently waiting downstairs at the apartment garage. You can't run now.
Huh? Why is he here? Why are you taking his side? You barely even know the man.
Rather than being on his side, I'm just extremely annoyed over your siblings. Plus, I feel bad for the kids. I need some type of justice to be served or I just won't feel better. He just happened to be a factor in the process of dealing with this situation.
You've got to be kidding. Do you know what you've done? This is bad. It's all over for me.
You reap what you sow, I think is how the saying goes.
Shut up! You're not making this any better.
I wasn't trying to. How much longer do you intend to run? Your sister got caught, so you should hurry up and turn yourself in. You're only making things worse for yourself.
Why should I? I did nothing wrong. That job I was doing was something that my sister showed me. I didn't know that an illegal service was involved with it. I'm a victim.
Is that so? So then, what about when you were telling me how you're going to be profiting greatly from this job?
Well, that's because Alyssa was telling me how much we'll benefit from the job. I heard that it may have been a little sketchy, but I didn't think it was criminal level.
You weren't aware, even though you were working.
Exactly! I was tricked!
So then why don't you just turn yourself in and explain that? The more you run, the more your argument loses value. Like I said, your running away is only making things worse for yourself.
There's no way anybody would believe what I would say.
Either way, the police will investigate and easily find out that you were aware of what was going on. There's no point in telling me all of these excuses.
I had no other choice. I got fired from my last job.
Wait, really? When did that happen?
About 2 months ago.
Why didn't you tell me?
There's no way I could tell you about how I got fired due to the company downsizing. I tried to look for a job immediately, but it didn't go well. That's when my sister was telling me about how she knows a job that has a bit of a risk, but we could get good money from it. She was having some trouble with Tate, and so we both needed money.
Something like downsizing should have been discussed with me. Well, you always were a prideful person. The reason you wanted to have a kid with me was because you wanted the status of having a proper family, right?
Everyone else around me had a family and was benefiting from it. It's because of you that I was unlucky enough to get fired during the downsizing. They told me that since I don't have a kid, they couldn't prioritize my spot.
Are you seriously placing the blame on me? Do you ever take responsibility for your actions?
Yeah, I'm blaming you for this. If you could have just gotten pregnant, then we wouldn't have been in this position.
Have you ever considered that maybe if you had gained the trust and built a better relationship with your peers, then maybe you could have kept your job? Your former coworkers were all excellent employees, so you making the excuse that you got fired due to being childless is pathetic. You're a pathetic excuse for a man. You need to hurry up and face the reality of that. If I'm being honest here, you were the most troublesome to take care of rather than those 5 kids. A few days later, Trent was spotted walking along the road where he was questioned and eventually arrested by the police. The organization that he and his sister were working for was apparently selling knockoffs at a higher rate than they were worth. Turns out the man Alyssa was seeing was the leader of said organization. Also, it turns out that Alyssa and her boyfriend had planned to eventually force Trent out of their schemes. This means that Alyssa was using her brother's love for her gain. I'm sure the betrayal that Trent felt after he found out was immeasurable. Alyssa and everyone involved were found guilty of theft crimes and were sent to prison, leading to Alyssa's kids having moved in with Tate. With the help of his parent, Tate is taking care of his 5 children. And on weekdays, I look after them, which is great for me as I've always loved children. It helps that they're so well-mannered children. I'm living a much better life now.